It was a euphoric moment in Menji as people from across Libya came out to witness the grand finale of the third edition of the Inspire Bright Future IBF soccer tournament. The occasion brought together footballers, supporters, and members of the community alongside the divisional officer for Fontem, high-ranking forces of law and other members of the folklore movement and the IBF organizing committee. The day opened with the women's football final, where Belenge women locked horn with Seat of Wisdom FC women. In 40 minutes of play, both sides battled for the championship. The Seat of Wisdom FC women had the advantage of a first half goal. Belenge pushed for an equalizer, but the breakthrough never came. And when the final whistle sounded, that lone goal was enough to hand Seat of Wisdom the women's championship.
My name is Ishifa Maria. I'm from Fontem. I played a female football team in Seat of Wisdom. We lost the Mayor's Cup, though it was painful for us to lose, but we had hopes that we were going to win the IBF, and here we are. Plus, we played the semi-finals with the other team, Benji. Had a draw with Bele and went for the final. Here we are in the finals. We won the Bele from 1-0. I'm very, very happy. So yeah, it's a game of chance. One win and the other loss. So I'm so happy that we married and we are grateful.
My name is Dennis, coach for Seat of Wisdom FC. So today na the finals for the IBF. We will play today away Seat of Wisdom face Bele FC. We na neighbors them. But unfortunately the Seat of Wisdom FC we win the match with 1-0. So the game will end 1-0. And they very, very happy because the opportunity I gave them for the Mayor's Cup are not be succeeded. So I use now change my picking them and make sure they take instructions, discipline, and any other thing they have to teach them. So we will come for this IBF tournament to make sure people give our best, and when we give our best, we obviously take the trophy. So today I stand today with joy, happiness from my heart. Say Seat of Wisdom FC win the IBF tournament this year 2026.
Before the men's final, the president of Inspire Bright Future addressed the population, calling on the players to uphold fair play while also encouraging young people to return to the classroom when the new academic year begins.
At the end of it all, fair play remains our password. This said, ladies and gentlemen, as one of the MCs earlier said, we are not going in for any war. It is not a war. We are all brothers of the same family. And as you said, in about 2 weeks from now, we are going back to school. As we go back to school, we do not want to hear that somebody is in the hospital because he sustained a serious injury during this match.
A ceremonial kickoff by the divisional officer and members of the IBF team then set the men's final in motion. And this was a final with a first. Befwa FC and Car FC were both appearing in an IBF men's final for the first time, and both sides were determined to make the opportunity count. The opening exchanges were intense, with attacks, passing combinations, and individual efforts creating opportunities at both ends. But it was Nkai FC who eventually broke the deadlock, taking a 1-goal lead into the break. As the players headed off the pitch, musician Nkafu Etienne provided a musical interlude, briefly shifting their attention from football to entertainment. But the break was only temporary. The second half resumed with Befwa searching for an equalizer and Ka trying to hold on to the advantage. The clock continued to run. The final whistle was getting closer. Then, in the closing minute, Befwa found their moment. Rene scored the equalizer, and with neither side able to find a winner before the final whistle, the championship would have to be decided from the spot. The penalty shootout brought the most tense moment of the final. Kick after kick, the pressure mounted. Then came a disputed refereeing decision involving a Befwa attempt that was caught by the goalkeeper. The decision triggered disagreement among the players, with Nka at one point threatening to leave the pitch. For a moment, the shootout appeared to be in jeopardy. After efforts to calm the situation, the players returned and the contest resumed. And when the final kick was taken, it was Befwa FC who emerged victorious. The first time finalists had done it. Befwa FC were champions. Nka FC declined to give a statement after the match, while Befwa players expressed their joy at winning the championship and lifting the trophy.
My name is I really appreciate Gaza Media because today I'm victorious. Today we lost the Mayor's Cup. Today I'm raising the cup of IBF. Today I'm very happy and I'm very excited. Yes, and I really appreciate our sponsors, the IBF sponsors, I really appreciate that. Next time, we believe that we'll still win the trophy again. Befwa,
Related to the game of today, it was a very interesting game, and I know all of us are human beings, we do make mistakes. And sometimes those who are the captain of that ship and the referees that control us, that tell us what is wrong and what is bad. So if they saw that the penalty was not good, maybe the goalkeeper left his position, then they had to retake it, then I had no objection on that. So that's why most of the people were angry. But notwithstanding, we had to support to what they were angry of, and we accepted. Notwithstanding, my players were, I should put it, me myself as a captain, I was seriously disappointed with the people I have who trust on them that are going to score and they missed their penalty. But thank God, I've come out as a champion. We have come out as a champion.
With the football competition decided, attention turned to the presentation of trophies and medals. Seat of Wisdom FC women received the Women's Championship trophy. Nka FC received silver medals, while Befwa FC were presented with gold medals and the Men's Championship trophy. Referees were also recognized alongside individual award winners, including the highest goal scorer, best goalkeeper, man of the match, and best player. As the sporting competition came to an end, the atmosphere shifted from competition to celebration. The gala night brought the population together once again. Following the arrival of the divisional officer and his entourage, the president of Inspire Bright Future addressed the gathering and expressed gratitude for the organization's work in the community on behalf of the CEO. He also shared plans for the next edition of the program.
My impressions are very, very positive. God equally gave us a good weather, and with the good weather we watched some good football. Football was actually nice, and I'm sure that the population was thrilled by the good football that they watched. Along the line, you must have seen what transpired during the penalty kickoff, and that is normal. It is normal with every football encounter.
expressed gratitude for the organization's work in the community on behalf of the CEO. He also shared plans for the next edition of the program.
My impressions are very, very positive. God equally gave us a good weather, and with the good weather, we watched some good football. Football was actually nice, and I'm sure that the population was thrilled by the good football that they watched. Along the line, you must have seen what transpired during the penalty kickoff, and that is normal. It is normal with every football encounter, because you need to understand that today was the final, and so it was not something that people would just take it lying down. So it is difficult to have a match, a tournament that goes through like this without pitches. And those are normal in all human society. But we think that we did all in our best, especially the management team that was on the field. They did so well that I must not fail to commend them for their hard work. And we want to say that this one was well organized, but I think that in the next edition, which will be 2027, will be much better organized than today. We see that today was very good, but next year will be the best.
The second part of the celebrations also saw cash prizes awarded to participants across the different sporting disciplines featured during the tournament, from athletics and handball to women's football and men's football. Participants were recognized for their performances throughout the competition. Then came the music. Guest artists, including Sonny Ange Nkem and Kafu Etienne, took to the stage, entertaining the crowd and adding another dimension to the celebrations. The celebration reached another high point when the divisional officer and Madame Aracheli Atemking opened the dance floor. Members of the audience soon joined in, bringing the day's activities to a lively close. But beyond the goals, trophies and celebrations, the tournament also offered an opportunity to reflect on what it took to stage the competition. Speaking on the event, Kemasong Bertrand, General Sports Coordinator, discussed the condition of the pitch, the challenges encountered during the tournament, and how the organizers worked to overcome them.
I am Kemasong Bertrand, the General Coordinator of the IBF Super Tournament 2026 edition. Concerning the pitch, it's very unfortunate that we are playing in such a pitch, but no blames are going to be called on anybody. It's just a situation where when the mayor will come up with a project with the IBF, I believe our CEO and our sponsors will see how to support so that we have a good pitch so that our youth can play good and better football to promote their talent. Because one of the goals of the IBF Super Tournament is promoting talent. and women empowerment. So that's what we have. As my first year of being a general coordinator, it's a privilege and it's a challenge at the same time. But as a youth and as standing as you are, you must accept challenges. I've always been managing the situation I always try my best to work with my collaborators. You know, you working alone, it will be difficult for you to produce a better result. So you need to work together so that you guys will produce a better result. And for the challenges we have been facing, we have always been doing our best to see how to communicate with the people ahead of us. If we have a major challenge, we have the president, we have our CEO, and also have the sport coordinator, NCAB, where we always get discussions with them to see how to manage the challenges. And so far, the tournament has moved on well, without forgetting my referees. I really applaud my referees. It has not been easy, but they are doing a good job. You know, nobody's perfect, but we believe with time, we are also going to make it more official. And the handballs, we implemented this year, or it was being put in this year. It's just starting. I believe next year is going to be more bigger than it is. And if probably our sponsors can also deem it necessary to also bring in volleyball and even basketball, in so long as we have the pitch for these activities. Yeah, for me it's not so strange or it's not surprising. You know, if you're watching soccer, you see incidents like this always happening in soccer. You know, football is a game of passion. And you know, people always try to bring in emotions into football, of which is not really the best. But I believe in every situation there are always rules and hierarchy procedures that we use in combating problems that we face. There was a situation that it was really a tense situation, but thanks to our president's intervention, he was also there to also try to calm down the situation regarding the efforts of our referees and other coordinators that also came in to see and to make sure that the problem is really caution. And we're happy that at the end of the day, everything was solved and everybody went back home smiling.
Now in its third edition, the Inspire Bright Future Soccer Tournament continues to pursue its wider mission of building sustainable futures and empowering women and young people. The final whistle may have brought the football competition to an end, but the tournament has once again provided a platform for sport, talent, community participation, and celebration. And in Menji, the champions have been crowned, the trophies have been lifted, and the curtain has fallen on another edition of Inspire Bright Future.